this is Andrei. I have completed my T2 exercise for protocol.
By national alert and warning authorities.
That rain we got on Saturday was certainly welcome. It totaled 1.5 inches out at the airport, but it had no measurable effect on the drought. Outdoor burn bans continue in effect for our entire viewing area. Lake levels for Lake Whitby and the Evergreen Reservoir continue to drop past historic lows, setting new records nearly every day and costing the tourism industry almost $1 billion this summer. I'm Sissy Cisneros, reporting live in the studio. We'll be back after a break.
Have you or a loved one been injured at work or been hurt in a car wreck or truck accident? When it's just you against the big insurance companies, you need someone sharp on your side. Spencer Sharp.
Here you go. Can you sign here, please?
Santa Isabel 97 degrees. Sustained winds 23 miles per hour from the southwest.
You know, somebody's going to have to take responsibility for this.
There's some little fish. God, it's hot.
This is the worst project ever.
Come shoot these fish.
Fuck the fish.
Mr. Thompson. You mean Ashley? Shut up. I was saying he's all into the environment and everything, but God, he's hot.
The hell?
Oh shit!
A rapidly moving fire is threatening neighborhoods near State Highway 6 and I-35. Police and fire officials say a number of structures along Slaughter Creek have been destroyed and that loss of life is a possibility. Jeff.
That's right, Rosario. City officials are evacuating a number of neighborhoods in that area, including Keystone Ranch, Vista Verde, and the estates of Slaughter Creek. And let's go live to Brenda Marquetta on the scene. Brenda?
Jeff, Rosario, I'm here overlooking the unincorporated neighborhood of Santa Isabel. Officials say the fire started about an hour ago and has already spread over 700 acres, destroying at least 116 homes. No injuries have been reported at this time. The fire apparently started in a pile of discarded tires at an area business. Brenda Marquetta, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Brenda. Rosario, I believe we just received word on shelters opening for evacuees.
Have you heard about the fire?
That's right, Jeff. Kennedy High
Awful.
School and the Hilldale Church
So how was lunch?
are open now.
I swam 1.5 miles today.
You go, girl.
Hey, is Jerry in?
He had a meeting with Horace Hughes, and then he was gonna go to lunch. He should be back anytime.
Will you tell him I need to see him when he comes in?
You got it.
Now you can own your very own drone, the Diamondback JS50 Quadrogram.
Wow! Awesome! Let me try it!
Not a toy, but simple enough for a child. Family fun with the Diamondback JS50. Only $99.99.
In our top story today, the Slaughter Creek fire has crossed Highway 6 and is spreading rapidly before a high wind. The good news is that the fire now seems to be heading away from more populated areas. Let's go to David Lee, who is live on the scene.
Chris, from what we've seen out here today, the poverty-stricken little community of Santa Isabel is virtually wiped out. Authorities say that
we're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
One house has been destroyed, and several homes in that upscale neighborhood have been damaged or destroyed. Tragically, 8 horses at the Keystone stables were killed when a barn was caught in the path of the fire. Some houses in the estates of Slaughter Creek have also been damaged.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Thank you, David. In other news, personal injury attorney Spencer Sharp, known for his flamboyant television commercials, was arrested today and charged with multiple counts of fraud, corruption, and child pornography. The state bar simultaneously announced proceedings to revoke Sharp's license to practice law.
Make sure it's all there.
Pick that up.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. What can I get for you, brother?
Take a PBR.
Tanya, officials from FEMA and the EPA are here consulting with the fire department to determine exactly how to extinguish this fire and mitigate the environmental damage caused.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. 10 people died in there.
It could take months or even years to put out.
Damn.
Or even longer.
What about you? How's your day been going?
They sometimes have to be declared a federal Superfund
Getting better.
because of the toxic material created by the burning of the tires.
And that, folks, is the rule of thirds, aka the golden mean. You've heard it before, and you will hear it again this semester. Excuse me. Hi. Hello? What are you doing?
You said you can never have too much coverage.
This isn't a part of your project, though.
You never know.
All right. Anybody bring any footage?
We did.
You did?
We were almost burned alive.
Really? That'd be terrible. They could fire me for sure. What you got?
Oh, shit!
Whoa. That was close. Good job.
Interesting piece. Is that real?
It was a salvage from the renovation of the Notre Dame de l'Assomption Cathedral in Rennes. That's in France. It dates from the middle of the 12th century.
With respect, sir, I think you have a need for our product, but you just don't know it.
Well, you're right about that last part.
Enhanced Information Systems offers the widest array of remotely piloted vehicles for your information needs. From our high-flying Gorgon Stair technology with Mind's Eye software, to our ultra-miniaturized Mosquito drone, which can infiltrate almost any indoor space. Piggybacked on DARPA technology, our taskable smart cameras have a capability heretofore available only to animals and humans, visual intelligence. They can recognise objects, including things they've never seen before, and even deduce where such things as drugs or terrorists are hidden based on behaviour patterns. They can describe with words what they see and send you a text message, and for the decision maker who is overwhelmed with information, they can be instructed to report only on activities of interest, increasing the relevance of the incoming data.
Very impressive. But what about training and personnel?
I could teach you to fly this thing in 10 minutes. A child can do it.
Children are a lot more tech-savvy than someone of my generation. Of course, I have to talk with my associates, but to be frank, I don't think we have a need for this particular service at this particular time.
Holy shit.
Horace.
Yeah, come on in.
I was just about ready to take this to Jerry.
How y'all holding up down there?
We're worried sick.
Yeah. Me too.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
we've got a big problem. Those tires are ours.
The tires.
Tires on fire? Every tire we use has to be tracked by number, from purchase to disposal. That's state law.
Yeah, I know that. I'm sure we have the processes in place for disposing of them properly. And I'm sure we got the documents to show
The
that.
documents are there, but there are a lot of discrepancies, and a lot of the forms look to have been altered.
Yeah, but, you know, those guys down in Fleet, I mean, their hands are always dirty.
I've handled altered documents before.
Of course. Does Jerry know about this?
No. At least I didn't tell him.
I think I have enough B-roll.
Mr. Thompson says you can never have too much.
Don't you mean Ashley? Shut up.
Maybe we should interview somebody.
Like who?
How about that guy over there? You ask him.
It is so wonderful being here surrounded by all these wonderful people supporting those affected by the Slaughter Creek fire. At least 1,200 people left homeless by the fires have been living in shelters. At times like these, it really bolsters your...
You had it.
I know.
You were going good.
Okay. It is so uplifting being here surrounded by all of these wonderful people supporting those affected by the Slaughter Creek fire. At least 1,200 people left homeless by the fire have been living in shelters. At times like this, the spirit of the community really shines through.
When I heard about this, I just wanted to help. It's the Christian thing to do.
My heart is so... Qué pena, qué dolor. Lo siento mucho por los niños.
In the midst of tragedy, something like this really bolsters your faith in the community coming together. Brenda Marquetta, Eyewitness News.
What the fuck, you stupid fuck? Get the fuck out of the way.
You know that language is offensive to me.
You know you can't smoke in here. There's no smoking in any city vehicles. They can fire you.
Good.
You know there's a camera in every dashboard that records everything you say and do.
Hey, fuck you. You know, I wish they would fire me.
I'm the only one that'll do this dirty fucking job.
Let's see what stupid fuck managed to get himself killed all the way the fuck out here.
The 13th victim of the biggest disaster ever to hit this city, found yesterday in the burning pile of tires off I-35, has been positively identified as that of City Auditor Jerry Leonard. We're going live to a news conference at City Hall.
It is with great sadness that we have learned of the death of Jerry Leonard, who has done such a fine job for this community for so many years. Our prayers go out to his family. Assistant Auditor Mercedes Lara will take over his duties until a nationwide search can be conducted for a replacement. Meanwhile, it is with great consternation and shock that I have just been informed that the burning of the tires out by Highway 6... Meanwhile, it is with great consternation and shock that I have just been informed that the tires burning out by Highway 6 originally belonged to the city. These tires appear to have been improperly disposed of. That's really all I can say at this time, since investigations are ongoing. One more thing, the city has hired the law firm of Dietrich, Weingarten, Whitby, and Rodriguez to represent us in all matters arising from the fire. Your questions can be directed to Attorney Alfred Whitby.
Mr. Whitby, was Jerry's death a murder?
Mercedes Lara.
Miss Lara, this is Spencer Sharp. I'm an attorney here in town.
I know who you are.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to talk to you about those tires.
You know I can't talk about that. That investigation is ongoing.
Actually, I have some information for you.
What information?
I'd rather not say on the phone.
Why not?
I'd rather not say.
Well, in that case, you can come into my office.
No way.
Mr. Sharp, if you keep up with the news at all, you realize that I have a great deal on my plate just now, and I really just don't have time.
I know who killed Jerry.
Where would you like to meet?
How about your place?
Mr. Sharp, aren't you currently charged with child molestation? I don't think I'll be inviting you into my home.
The charge is child pornography. You know, they can plant that stuff on your computer remotely. And once they make the charge public, your reputation is pretty well toast.
Then where?
Riverside Park? I'll meet you at the footbridge. South side.
I can be there in 1 hour.
Okay. I'm kind of tall, brown hair.
I know what you look like. I've seen your commercials.
Oh, yeah. I saw you on TV too.
You know, I'm all sorry and all for the loss of life and all of that, but that area has always been an eyesore. And I think what we need to do is approach this as a blessing in disguise. What we should be doing is focusing on the rebuilding of that area and getting it right this time.
I can't believe how cold-hearted that is.
No shit.
That's the truth about this town.
Them kind of people, they're fast breeders. They'll replace them little ones soon enough, and more. You'll see.
I mean, can we even use this stuff?
I don't know. Every film has a story. You just have to follow where the story leads.
You need a haircut. You look like a drug addict. You're not on anything.
No.
You haven't taken anything.
No.
How's the quality? Have you viewed it?
I saw it live. Once was enough.
Your work has always been outstanding. This time, I think you may have outdone yourself.
You're probably taping us right now. So you're not upset with the collateral damage?
Oh, no. Quite the contrary. You've exceeded all my expectations. Far exceeded. This will make an excellent tool for recruiting new investors.
I bet.
I expect nothing less than the utmost professionalism from you. Stay away from that stuff.
Okay.
You don't want to go back to jail. Go out the private exit.
Wait a second.
I need to make a record.
These people are dangerous.
All the more reason.
Can I trust you?
You contacted me.
I guess I'll have to. Around here, these people are really dangerous.
You said that.
I don't know where to start.
Try the beginning.
That would take all day. Okay, how I got involved. 5 years ago, and it's been constant harassment ever since. Civil suits, criminal charges, disbarment proceedings, and now they've upped the ante again.
Who's they?
Some of the most powerful people in this city. 5 years ago, I was approached by Mrs. Tamara Bilovichovna Nelson. 5 years before that, her husband, Myron, a welder, was killed in an egregious construction accident building the new city hall. Anyway, she came to me when her previous attorneys told her that the case was closed, that she'd lost, and they had her sign some papers. Well, I agreed to look into it. Right away, I found that the papers she had signed were to sever her from her claim. That didn't seem right, so I looked into it further and found that several tens of millions had possibly passed through her claim after the severance. In other words, the claim was still open, but someone other than Mrs. Nelson was deriving any benefits from the claim. You follow me?
I think so. Not very well.
I've had 5 cases just like it since. Questionable deaths, outrageous claims, and a shitstorm of harassment.
But what does any of this have to do with me?
It has to do with me. That's why I've been arrested. That's why they're trying to disbar me.
And who has the power to do all of that?
I said these were very powerful people.
But what does any of this... What does any of this have to do with Jerry?
It's the same thing all over again. On a grand scale.
I can't believe we have an interview with the chief of police.
Me neither. How'd you get it?
I just picked up the telephone.
Wow.
So, how do you think that we should handle this?
Have you ever tried 60 Minutes style?
What?
Huh?
Whoa. You guys have never heard of 60 Minutes?
Are you gonna record all this? Thought so. Anyway, in either case, foul play is definitely to be suspected in Mr. Leonard's death.
Well, all of that is totally out of my purview. I'm an auditor. I audit books. The police are investigating Jerry's death.
On the other hand, such a spectacular murder would seem a bit over the top for a few $1,000s, don't you think?
I don't know what to think.
Surely he couldn't have calculated the extent of the damage or the number of deaths. That'd be too much, even for him.
Who? Jerry? What does Jerry's death have to do with these tires?
These murders are to facilitate money laundering.
What?
These deaths are used to open insurance claims, which are then used to funnel practically unlimited amounts of cash into the banking system.
That's crazy. All of that can be audited.
Not really. These funds flow through attorney trust accounts, untaxed, unreported.
Really?
Yeah. Sweet, huh?
You still haven't told me. Who are these people?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Mr. Sharp, I'm having doubts about everything you've told me.
Well, the main man, at least locally, is Alfred Whitby.
Are you crazy?
Like I said.
He's the most powerful attorney in this town. Possibly the state.
Like I said, these are powerful people.
Les aseguro que esos individuos responsables por estas empresas ilegales comparecerán ante la ley.
So why don't you tell me about your family? Do you have any kids?
No, Emily, my wife and I haven't been that lucky. We've prayed and prayed, but God just hasn't given us any. We live blessed lives in other ways, but He just hasn't chosen to bless us in that way.
Oh.
Oh, and that's why I have my charity, Emily, to sort of fill that hole. And that's why I try to work with at-risk youth. So give them opportunities and experience so that they can turn their lives around in a positive direction. We take them to football games, we take them fishing, ride-alongs on patrol, stuff like that. We've touched a lot of lives. Say, I don't suppose you guys would like to work with my guys and show them the ropes on how to make videos.
Sure, it's fun. Mr. Thompson says that film is the medium of the future. Everyone needs to learn how to make a good video.
And he's your teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you think really highly of him, Garrett.
Oh, yeah, he's the best. He has his master's degree and he teaches in college. He really tells it like it is.
Well, we'll probably have to check with him first.
No, don't worry, I'll get in touch with your Mr. Thompson.
You don't mind if we tape this, do you? Oh yeah, we're all in this together, right?
So, how well did you know Jerry Leonard?
I worked with him for 3.5 years.
You ever get to know him outside work?
Not really.
You never got involved romantically then?
No.
So y'all weren't lovers?
No, Jerry was married. Jerry was a grandfather.
He never fooled around on the side?
I have no idea.
So, you're not married?
No.
Got a boyfriend, though? Someone steady?
No.
Date around a lot, then?
No, I'm sorry, but what does any of this have to do with Jerry's death?
I don't know. Could be nothing. Then again, it could be something.
Just routine, ma'am.
So, you ever date cops?
No.
You got something against cops?
I apologize
No.
for my partner, ma'am. That's not part of our investigation.
So, you're a lesbian?
Whatever made you say that?
Well, you don't date cops.
Can we just get back to the interview, please?
So, when was the last time you saw Jerry?
He was in the office the morning of the fire. I went out for an early lunch, and when I came back, he had gone out for a meeting.
Who was he meeting?
Horace Hughes.
Horace? I came all the way out here to meet
I
you.
didn't know you were going to tell the mayor to admit that the tires were ours.
It's called taking responsibility. It's the right thing to do.
But it places the city in a very, very exposed position legally.
Why don't you let me worry about the city's legal position?
I could lose my job.
Of course you could. That's certainly very true, Horace. Anyone could.
Well, I'm scared.
You, sir, are overreacting.
Jerry's assistant knows about the tires.
Of course she does. That's her job. But she doesn't know about the bigger picture.
This cell phone footage sucks.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and ask some of the same questions, and you can just give me brief answers this time.
Okay.
That guy creeps me out.
What are you talking about? He's cool.
He's gross.
He's the chief of police, a Hispanic leader. What about his charities? All that at-risk youth stuff.
Yeah, they're at risk. From him. The boys are.
You're crazy.
You didn't see the way he was looking at you?
What?
He was trying to recruit you.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
I got the vibe.
I didn't get any vibe.
Well, that's because you're a virgin.
Hello?
Is this a good time?
A good time for what?
So, how's it going?
Cops came by the office today.
What cops?
A very rude person named Swan.
I know that bastard. He's capable of anything. What do they want?
He's investigating Jerry's death.
What'd you tell him?
Not much. I don't know much.
You didn't tell him about Whitby.
I don't know anything about him.
Except what I told you.
Like I said, I don't know anything.
Did my name come up?
Of course not. Why would it?
Whitby owns them.
Everywhere you look, you see a conspiracy.
This is a gigantic conspiracy. But that's not why I called.
Then why, Mr. Sharp?
I just wanted to ask if you might want to go out with me sometime.
She doesn't know anything.
And just coming into view, some of the plumes occurring throughout the state.
Well, after 4 weeks, that pile of tires out on Highway 6 is still smoldering. The plume of smoke, estimated at 30,000 feet high and over 50 miles long, is depositing pollutants, including known carcinogens such as benzene, styrene, and butadiene over a 3-state area. And it's causing visibility problems out at the airport. Today's air quality index is poor, which means the elderly, the young, and those with respiratory illness should remain indoors.
So why would the city hire your firm? Don't they have attorneys of their own?
Well, yes, but they have plenty to do on a day-to-day basis, and they're simply not equipped to handle a case of this magnitude. Or, I should say, cases. There have been so many families and individuals affected by these fires. At present, we have over 100 cases filed against the city, and we're expecting a lot more.
Do you have any kids?
I'm sorry to say my wife and I lost our only child when he was not much older than you, Emily.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Well, it was a long time ago. That may explain why I founded my charity, as a surrogate for that natural human inclination to nurture children.
This guy really creeps me out.
Did you see the way he was looking at you?
Yeah, I wanted to puke. Your charity.
Yes, I teach a course in business law at community college. It's my way of giving back, you know.
He was scoping out Gareth, too.
Over the years,
come on.
I've noticed a good
He goes
deal
both ways.
of legal
You
talent.
say that about everybody.
So I founded a scholarship to help recruit young people into law school. Have you ever considered law school, Emily?
I got the vibe.
Me too.
I did not get any vibe. You're just doing this to torture me.
That's not true.
How's it going, Ashley? Come on, get in. I want to talk to you.
You're the chief of police.
The kid said you were smart. Come on.
I saw your interview.
You got a lot of smart kids in your class.
Yeah.
Got a lot of promise. Got their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. Excuse me, is there a reason why you wanted to talk to me? I'm not under arrest or anything, am I?
I can see why they like you. You got a great sense of humor.
I heard about your charity. I just teach one class at the high school. I don't have any authority over anything like that, so you might want to talk to the administration.
Ain't no thing. But your kids, those are the ones I'm worried about.
What do you mean?
Do you think it's a good idea to have them pursuing something of this sensitivity?
They choose their own topics.
Yeah, but you're the teacher, Ashley. You bear a lot of responsibility for them.
I'm aware of that.
I mean, that fire scene, that's a dangerous place. They shouldn't be messing around out there.
Hey, look, their safety is my primary concern.
Well, this is a big deal. There's a lot of money at stake, a lot of powerful people involved, lawsuits flying in every direction.
I see what you mean.
And I knew you would, because you're a smart guy. Stay safe, Ashley.
So like I said, these deaths have to be linked to a specific place or organization. That's how they control the insurance. They always have crazy big insurance. Anyway, that's why Whitby rushed in to claim all those suits. There's got to be 150 claims against the city already. And with each one of those claims, Whitby et al. Opened a trust account.
And then what?
And then the money starts flowing.
And you think Jerry was killed for the same reason?
Well, it hardly matters from their point of view, but it's a dead certainty that his family has filed or will file a lawsuit or a claim against the city in the matter of Jerry's death.
Just what are you trying to prove?
I don't know yet.
My kid's soccer game is tonight.
Soccer, it never queers.
So beautiful out. Hey, would you mind taking a photograph of us, please? Definitely. Oh, wait. We weren't ready yet. Let's try another one.
That's good.
So, tell me about your family.
I don't have any.
No wife or kids?
No. My mother's still living. She's in Kansas City in a nursing home.
Oh, is that where you're from?
No.
Any charities?
Why would you ask that?
I don't know. I think that they're ready. Let's get back to the interview. So, how would you say the fires have affected the city?
Good day, Sergeant. You're here a little early this month, aren't you?
That ain't it.
Well, then.
That asshole Sharp is banging the Laura woman. I thought you should know that.
You mean Spencer Sharp? And he's seeing whom?
The new auditor. I saw them out together looking pretty lovey-dovey.
You know, Sergeant, I believe that man to be insane. Now, perhaps someone, I'm just thinking out loud here, someone with authority who has her best interests at heart might find a way to convey that viewpoint to her discreetly.
How discreetly?
Very, very discreetly. And Sergeant, there'll be a little something extra for you this month.
Gee, thanks.
Wait till y'all see the footage I can pick up with these glasses. They're 4K.
Let's just go ahead and look at the footage we already have, okay?
Any charities?
Why would you ask that?
I don't know.
God, you're a terrible interviewer. Worse than me.
Then why'd you make me do it?
'Cause I'm sick of those sickos staring at my boobs.
Well, this guy's definitely creepy.
No. He's scared.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Face it. Women are better than men at picking up emotional cues.
Everybody knows that.
That's sexist.
Girls rule.
For the 100th time, I wish you wouldn't smoke in here.
They're getting it on.
You're enjoying this.
Don't be stupid. I got this direct from Whitby.
Oh, in that case.
You got something to say?
Whitby tells us directly. Or Whitby tells the chief, who then tells us. I don't see the difference.
That's what I thought. Get the drone. Fucking moron.
You've told me a lot of things, but I don't have any way of verifying any of that information, and I don't even know what I would do with it if I could.
You know, ever since my wife died, I haven't been able to even look at another woman. Until now.
Wow. That's a lot to throw at me, all at once. When did your wife die?
Not quite 3 years ago.
How did she die?
I think he killed her.
Whitby?
Or had her killed.
What happened?
It was ruled a suicide. She was found hanging in our bedroom.
Oh my God.
She would never have killed herself. She was so full of life. We wanted to have a baby. She was a staff attorney in Whitby's firm. I think he was sending me a message. We weren't married very long, but I thought of her every day. Every single day. Until that Saturday we drove out to the lake. That day, I didn't think of her at all.
Spencer, I don't know what to think. I've thought a lot of things. You've given me many impressions over the last few weeks, Mr. Sharp. Not all of them favorable. I keep getting a security alert.
Why aren't you married?
I was. Briefly. A long time ago.
Tell me about it.
There's not much to tell. I got pregnant right out of high school. And then we lost the baby. And that was pretty much it for us.
And what about since?
Not really. I'm just always so busy. First with school, then graduate school, and now this job.
Trouble at the site of the tire fire on I-35 today. Apparently, some of the oil produced by the burning tires flowed underground to a nearby creek where it somehow caught on fire. Eyewitness News' Brenda Marquette is on the scene. Brenda?
Rosario, Jeff, I'm here off of Highway 6, as close as they'll let us get. Apparently, the oil has been leaking for a while. Fire officials say arson is suspected. Some kids were reportedly seen in the area before the fire was reported. Rosario, back to you.
So Haley, what are you gonna do for Halloween? Nothing. I'm too old for Halloween.
Sit down. Sorry I'm late.
Do we get to work with the chief's charity kids?
No.
No. Why not?
That guy creeps me out.
Told you.
Why? But because he's a cop? We have nothing to hide.
It's not that.
Then what?
I don't think he's serious.
About the video.
Told you.
Plus, it's an added responsibility when you take on a film project. And that's the responsibility to tell the truth.
These other kids, I don't know. It's a responsibility that I don't want to take on, and I don't want you guys to take on.
Hey, put those away or they're mine.
Sorry, it's a camera. We need the coverage.
Let's try to focus.
Shall we?
How's your hammer hanging, Horace?
You don't mind if we tape this interview, do you, Mr. Hughes?
No, I mean, everything here is on record.
Yeah, right. Well, we're all in this together, aren't we?
You didn't kill Jerry Leonard, did you? Just joking.
Oh, you guys.
We don't really think you killed him, do we, Steve?
What we think is you're the last person to see him alive that we know of, and we want to know what happened the last time you saw him. You know.
When would that have been?
The day of. The fire. You know.
Of course. Yeah, I might have seen Jerry that day. Yeah, I think I saw him that day in the morning, I think. You know, hang on a second. My secretary can check the calendar.
We already talked to her. So, yeah.
So we met.
What was your meeting about?
I can't remember. I mean, it's been hectic around here ever since.
Yeah, I bet. Pretty hectic for us, too.
Yes, of course. We might have met about that fleet services business, the tires.
I don't think he knew about that. At least Miss Laura hadn't told him about it.
She wouldn't be his only source of information on that.
No, I guess not. So, what then?
Well, that was it. We met, and he left.
You didn't leave together with him? Because your secretary remembers you going out together.
Yes. You know, we walked out together, and then I went to lunch. And I guess, and he went out to the scene of that location.
Probably so. Anything else you can think of that might help us?
No, I don't think so.
Any questions for us?
Well, yes. I mean, do you have any leads? I mean, do you have any suspects? I mean, how's the investigation going?
It's hard to say.
These little jaunts out into the countryside are starting to become a nuisance.
2 cops came by the office asking about Jerry.
Of course they did, as a matter of course.
Well, this guy was pretty pushy.
Who was it?
Some sergeant named Swan. What's so funny?
If Swan finds out anything of substance about Jerry's murder, I'll be the first to know, as per the standing orders of the chief.
How come?
Well, I happen to be the point man in this sensitive situation, Horace. You yourself made the decision to place me in the position of need to know.
Oh, yeah.
And one more thing before I go. A piece of advice. You need to contain yourself. Everything's working out just fine. You can go about your duties secure in the knowledge that you're handling the affairs of the city as scrupulously as you would your own.
But how can I go around acting like nothing's wrong?
Nothing is wrong.
I've just been pulled over. I think it's a city cop. I'm at 4th Street. It's about 8:30 p.m.
Step out of the car, sir.
Look, I'm an attorney.
I know who you are, asshole. Step out of the car.
Okay.
Boy, she's got a hot body.
What are you talking about?
Looks pretty good in that swimsuit.
Mercedes?
Bet she looks even better out of it.
You better shut up about her.
When was the last time you did LSD?
What?
Have a nice trip.
Gente, acerca de la investigación de lo que dicen a Chispa del Chisme, que las llantas que se quemaron son parte de algo más grande. Descubrieron corrupción desenfrenada en el Departamento de Transportes de la municipalidad. Aquí conmigo en el estudio está un informante que aceptó hablar con nosotros al aire con la condición de que permanezca anónimo. Le agradecemos estar con nosotros. ¿Qué nos puede decir? A ver, cuénteme.
Pues esos partes se los venden al chuco. Y así, güey, están haciendo chingos de billetes, güey. Y no manches, una vez vi un pinche güey que se robó una excavadora y se lo aflojó en un pinche trailer, ¿verdad? Y nadie dijo nada, nadie dijo nada. Y después dijeron que alguien había hecho un error en el inventario o algo.
Y no es rata. ¿Quién lo escuchó en la Chispa del Chisme? No se vaya, no estamos, regresamos.
Are you okay?
I don't know, I guess.
What happened?
I didn't know who else to call.
But how did you end up here?
Swan and his partner drugged me.
The cops drugged you.
Yeah, then they beat me up and left me someplace I don't even know where I was.
What's that?
Anti-anxiety meds. I think I'm crazy. Give you a pill, solve all your problems.
Hey! That's littering!
Sorry. My car's parked on Fourth.
Is this French?
Oh, I know. That's a salvage from the renovation of the Cathedral St. Elizabeth in eastern Slovakia. It dates from the 13th century.
It seems to have a subtle power. Strange and distinct.
Yes, indeed. The problem with wealth and power is one can so quickly come up against the limits of what you can truly enjoy. Thus, one can begin to feel jaded. What do you give the man who has everything?
That's always a problem.
How about a ringside seat at a murder? Have you ever heard of necklacing?
I don't believe I have.
Well, it comes to us from South Africa. The ANC's war against apartheid. Now, most people would consider that a righteous cause. But righteous causes have a way of, well, you shall see.
Why are you doing this? No! 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 No!
A very efficient way of putting a person to death.
So I see.
Inexpensive and evidently very excruciating.
Apparently.
And it sends a message, a very powerful message.
And you're saying that investors at a certain level get the opportunity to actually be on scene for something like this?
Well, yes, but it may not be exactly this, you understand. The people we work with are artists, really. Very creative.
Okay, we got that fucking auditor. Put the fear of God in this stupid You don't mind chatting for a couple minutes, do you?
What is it that you wanted to talk to me about, officer?
Ms. Lara, I don't think you've been completely candid with us.
What are you talking about?
When you said you weren't seeing anyone in particular.
I'm not involved with anyone.
See, Steve? Just what I mean. I don't think she's being 100% truthful.
Not 100%.
Do you know someone named Spencer Sharp?
How dare you?
Just doing our job, and it's a damn dirty one.
So I see.
What exactly is your relationship with Mr. Sharp?
We've met and talked a few times. He told me he had some information on the audit I was doing on fleet services.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of information?
Nothing relevant.
Do you mind if I give you a little advice? This guy Sharp is bad news, complete nutcase. You have no idea how many contacts we've had with him. A few years back, he had this personal tragedy, kind of seemed to go around the bend. Started seeing conspiracies everywhere, accusing people of all kinds of crazy shit. He's got all these charges hanging over his head. He's fixing to be disbarred. Here, he wound up in the loony bin again the other day.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because this is a murder investigation. When someone lies to me in the course of a murder investigation, I get suspicious. Very suspicious. You could get in a lot of trouble. Hate to see that happen to a nice-looking lady like you. I'm just trying to do you a favor.
Thank you. May I go?
We're not detaining you. You might want to take a look at this stuff. There's a lot of compromising footage in here. Comings and goings, public displays of affection, various stages of undress. This kind of thing gets around. It can reflect badly on you back in City Hall. Kind of a glass ceiling on your upward mobility.
Mr. Swan, I had the strangest feeling the first time we met, and again today, that you were taking our conversation into areas that are not strictly professional. So let me get one thing straight, just so there's no misunderstandings. Regardless of any relationship I may or may not have with Spencer Sharp, which remains, by the way, informal and nonspecific, I wouldn't go out with you if you were the last man on earth. Just so you know.
Guess she told you.
She's a lesbian.
Sé que se cansan de escucharme cuando lo digo, pero todavía seguimos en una sequía de categoría extrema, a pesar de las recientes lluvias. Aunque ustedes no lo crean, ha llovido cada día en estos últimos 5 días. Sin embargo, esto solo ha resultado en una acumulación de 1/10 de pulgada. Durante esta cuarta fase, las restricciones de riego y las prohibiciones de quemar siguen en efecto.
I don't understand why you felt it was necessary to bring an attorney, Mercedes.
I'm ready to take this whole matter to the city attorney. And I wanted some outside advice on the personal injury aspect of this case.
Where's this all going?
I'm sure the police will become involved.
And it's all there?
Yes.
And Jerry knew?
Yes.
Well, this is going to be a huge black eye.
I don't think you're seeing the silver lining here, Horace.
What?
If Jerry accidentally or on purpose set the tires on fire while in commission of a felony, the city will have no liability for any damages resulting from the fire.
You are here solely in an advisory capacity as a courtesy to Miss Lara.
All right.
And you may not speak unless spoken to.
All right, Horace. Spencer?
I'm good.
Like he said. I thought you would be glad.
I am.
It'll save us a ton of money. We would have lost the advantages of having those cameras in our vehicles.
Cameras?
Yes.
In city vehicles?
Yes, in the dashboard.
What for?
Savings on insurance.
Why didn't anybody tell me this?
You signed off on it. The Green Savings Program?
I thought that was about saving the environment.
It's about saving money. You know, greenbacks?
What is it, Horace?
The auditor's taken the tire deal to the city attorney.
Good.
Well, she was in my office today with that attorney, Spencer Sharp.
Yeah?
Well, she was saying that... Well, actually, he said that the city has no liability in regards to the fire.
Huh? What do you mean?
That since Jerry was committing a felony when he was killed, the city is free and clear.
Well, that's a novel interpretation.
Yes, but doesn't that mean all those lawsuits and everything?
It doesn't mean that at all. It's going to take years and years to go through all of these. In the meantime, each and every one of these accounts is going to remain active.
One more thing.
Yes, Horace?
Every city vehicle has a camera in the dashboard.
A what?
A camera. Viewing the occupants.
What on earth for?
Savings on insurance.
That's a very grave oversight. A complete lapse of even the most ordinary level of discretion.
Well, what are we going to do?
I'll think of something. I'm going to be in need of your services. Now, come to the office. I have a package I want you to pick up. Very well. Horace Hughes just went out the private exit. Hold my calls and cancel my appointments for the next couple of hours. I have something rather urgent to finish up here. Horace? Horace, you are one sorry excuse for a human being. Were you aware, Chief, that all city vehicles have had cameras installed in them?
Oh yeah, something to do with insurance.
Yeah, and Horace Hughes has been driving around pontificating about all sorts of sensitive matters.
I never thought he was too bright. That's why I use my car whenever I can.
Well, in a way, it's my fault. I always considered Horace a charity case.
Well, you didn't misjudge your man. Sometimes if a man is not too dumb, but not too bright, he's easier to control. Makes a better bureaucrat. Hey, I know those kids.
Oh, it's because you left the lens cap on, geniuses.
It's too late to change our plans.
They don't know anything. They'll corroborate our story if they have to. But it won't come to that. I'll put Swan and Howard on it, just to make sure.
No, I have something else in mind for them.
I don't want anything to happen to those kids. I like them.
So do I.
Oh, shit.
Hi, Chief. Mr. Whitby. What are y'all doing out here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Turn that camera off. We're here on official police business. And you?
We just needed a few more shots to finish up our documentary.
Did you, Mr. Thompson, say it was okay for you to be here?
Yes? No?
We didn't ask.
Is he your teacher?
Yes.
Well, you're in a very dangerous place.
Don't you kids know this is a federal Superfund site? Means the pollution is so severe, your government's spending billions of dollars to clean it up. The fires are still burning. Our investigation is still active. It simply isn't a safe place for kids. I'm telling you this for your own good.
Okay.
Well, it's in their hands now.
What'd they say?
They're taking it straight to the district attorney.
So what do we do now?
I'm starving.
How can you do this?
You, sir, are guilty of gross negligence.
You brought me into this in the first place. It wasn't for that fucking scholarship.
No, Horace. Deep down in your corrupt little soul, you were just waiting for the chance.
No! No! Don't do that!
Erase the audio.
Station on 2 for any red. Kind of a haze across the whole area, spreading to the west.
Right.
Northwest.
We can see it. That is really impressive.
City Manager Horace Hughes was found dead today, an apparent suicide. His body was found at the scene of the burning tires, currently a federal Superfund site. Coincidentally, this is the same place where the body of former city auditor Jerry Leonard was found about 2 months ago. Let's go to Roger Harrington live on the scene.
Well, Latanya, in an unusual twist, Hughes' body was discovered by Police Chief Anibal Alcaraz, who was accompanied by attorney Alfred Whitby during a routine status check.
At first we didn't know what it was. It was really shocking. Anyway, I think this will bring some sort of closure to the community.
Poor Horace. I've known him a long time. My charity helped put him through law school. Self-immolation. It's a terrible way to die. Just terrible.
Well, this tragedy has reignited the pile of tires, and FEMA officials are saying it could set back mitigation efforts by months. Latanya?
I don't think I totally believed you until this very moment.
We'll be back.
Let's get out of here.
Have you or a loved one been injured at work or been hurt in a car wreck or truck accident?
How can I help you, Mr. Whitby?
I'd like you to find out something for me. Do car rental agencies routinely install cameras in their cars for insurance purposes?
I know the answer to that one. Yes.
How do you know?
I rented a car last weekend, and that's what they told me.
Really? And is this industry-wide?
I don't know. I'll find out. Shouldn't take long.
Great. Thank you very much. You've made my day.
Great.
And Helen, how's school going?
Oh, it's going great, but Professor Green is really kicking my butt on torts.
Oh, he's tough, all right, but so are you. And besides, there are far too many frivolous lawsuits. It's as I feared. Can you not use a little initiative? Use your imagination. A little creativity, a little problem solving. Do I have to think of everything? Take him out to the Slaughter Creek turnaround. You know, that little road off I-35? I'll be there in an hour.
I can't believe this shit.
Slow down.
A few fucking cameras. Who gives a fuck about a few fucking cameras?
This is it.
You got so many fucking cameras shooting so much fucking video you can never look at it all.
Turn here.
La diferencia de la noche. Sueño enderezar a tu sonrisa.
What are you doing?
Commemorating the moment.
Oh, we'll delete it. I don't want this all over the internet.
Jeez, all right.
I don't know why I didn't think of this before.
You can't think of everything. Okay, all right, I'm deleting it.
It wasn't supposed to be this way.
And now we're making lemonade out of the lemons life's chosen to offer us, to quote a very tired metaphor. I've explained to you, Horace, that the more lawsuits, the better.
Like you said, no one can think of everything.
Where's that bastard?
Call him.
I want to be out here in front of God and everybody. We're feeling pretty exposed out here.
I'm almost there.
Did you get it?
Beautiful.
Okay, let's go.
You guys are here early? Oh. Yeah,
What's this?
Oh, it's our final footage for our documentary.
So you guys went back out there to the fire, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was stupid.
We're here on official police business. And you?
We just needed a few more shots to finish up our documentary.
Did you, Mr. Thompson, say it was okay for you to be here?
Yes? No?
We didn't ask. Awesome.
Is he your teacher?
Yes.
Oh, you're in a very dangerous place.
Rosario, police and fire officials are now saying that last week's wildfire, which claimed the lives of Sergeant Roy Swan and Detective Steve Howard, was no accident.
That's right, Jeff, and charges of arson and murder were filed this morning against 3 Kennedy High School students. 17-year-old LaDamian Hicks and Ahmaud Green and Raymond Shepard, both 18. Police say they were trying to cook methamphetamine and they let the fire get out of control. The identity of the third body found in the police cruiser has not been determined.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Mr. Whitby,
My friends call me Whit.
I wouldn't pretend that we're friends. I respect you. I fear you.
Well, now.
I wanted to come by here to let you know I'll be letting my license to practice law lapse in this state, and I'll be pursuing my license in another state. We might even go overseas. Frankly, we just want to go far away and live happily ever after.
Well, that's a very lofty aspiration.
But first, I need your help with the charges that have been filed against me.
You want me to represent you?
No. I want you to make the charges go away.
Oh, you must think I'm a very powerful man.
You are.
We're hoping this might help persuade you.
Yes?
Those are some links to the city webpage.
Where the dash cam videos are stored. Your conversations with Horace Hughes aren't necessarily proof of any crimes on your part, but...
What are you suggesting?
It's all up there on the webpage for anyone to see. Although in that massive data, you'd have to know what you were looking for. And to delete it would leave a digital footprint. You might as well let it be.
I think I can help you with your legal matters, Mr. Sharp. As for the other, a peaceful life, and after a long interval, an easeful death, that's about as much as anyone can wish for.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Welcome back to the show. I've got an important update to a story that we followed throughout the close of last year. The Evergreen City tire fire destroyed over 1,000 homes and left more than a dozen dead, including one by an alleged self-immolation. And after all that, what did the investigation give us? A handful of low-level indictments, allegations of fraud against the city, and lingering suspicions about some sort of government cover-up. But after all of that, the man at the heart of that investigation, Alfred Whitby, who many consider the most powerful attorney in the state, a man still carrying the baggage of an investigation that left us with more questions than answers, is now running for governor.
Professor Thompson.
Hi, I'm Lee Thompson.
I'm Alfred Whitby, an attorney here in town.
I know who you are. I saw your interview.
Oh, of course. And you are the young people's teacher. You must know that the liabilities to the city arising from that terrible fire have increased exponentially.
Yes.
And as the legal representative for the city in all matters arising from that fire, I must take every contingency into consideration.
Of course.
You may call it an abundance of caution, or even an overabundance. But I feel duty-bound to ask you if I may review the documentary made by your students.
Monday, August 27th. A devastating fire forever changed our city. As a result of a horrible crime of theft, arson, and murder, 14 people lost their lives, and our city has been fouled with pollution that affects the health of every one of us. The consequences of these selfish acts have fallen disproportionately on the poor and the powerless. These children represent the future, a new generation, and now they are lost.
The loss of lives in this tragedy, particularly the little children, is tragic. But God forbid it could have been a whole lot worse if not for the heroism and the quick thinking of our first responders.
Before this happened, we weren't ready for anything like this. When my firefighters got up there to Santa Isabel that day, and there were no fire hydrants, all they could do was stand there and watch. The whole city bears responsibility.
City government is taking some steps towards seeing that such a tragedy could never happen again.
That area had always been an anomaly. It lay outside the city limits and had no city services. Now the city is moving to annex that area right now, so hopefully when we redevelop, we'll do it right this time.
Very commendable. They don't appear to have used any of my interview.
Well, I guess you did make the cut.
Well, I certainly don't see any threat to the city's interests here. You've got a smart group of kids there, Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wonder if I may ask you one more thing.
Sure.
I wonder, just to be sure, may I view the raw footage?
We erased it at the end of the semester.
Well, in that case, I thank you for your time.
It's time I made some plans.